Tick-tock, tick-tock, the end is steadily moving nearer, and there might be no region to remarkably hide away any further. What we feared has, at extensive shutting, taken place, abandoning aftermath that is causing our reality to disintegrate, not long before our eyes. The sparkling purple, very beast star, insect juice has, at extensive, remained exploded. The fiercely expected infinite blast has spread out, sabotaging the power of our climate and proclaiming the appearance of an overwhelming first light for mankind. Be that as it may, what proof did specialists uncover that set off them to uncover up at this assurance? How incredible could scarab juice shimmer inside the evening-time sky, accepting it explodes? Should this impact cause the destruction of our planet? Pass close by with us inside the gift video as we explore the capricious nuances of malignant program crush. These days exploded and something disturbing happens. For a plainly long time, bug juice has set aside its magnificent greatness inside the evening sky, entrancing onlookers from the earth. Maybe the purple Goliath star does sorcery with its beguiling look that pathways without question. Everybody bug juice is an indisputable member of the exclusive class of stars that radiate brilliantly enough so that we might be able to see, organized inside the superstar gathering of Orion. This purple, very beast superstar is the 10th most extreme splendid celebrity inside the evening sky, permitting all individuals to see the expanse in its ruddy orange range. One enrapturing comprise of about dreadful, crawly juice is that it is one of the 3 stars that make up the coldness triangle asterism, which also engraves the focal point of the colder season hexagon. From the start of January, continually pernicious program juice ought to be apparent, climbing inside the east before long dusk. When it gets to mid-September and right down to mid-March, the superstar is visible as well. All things considered, each involved region on Earth beside Antarctica, so on an ordinary day when light communicates goodbye to the Earth and the night's lack of definition sets in, understanding bug juice is conceivable among the bunch of stars that decorate the sky. Notwithstanding the way that unpleasant crawly juice is significant to the unday, the VIP is wearing a thick cover of mystery. Scientists are engaged through the way that this exciting was varies in brightness, a peculiarity that has stayed with it, yet extended. We will consider this intriguing thing stood out of researchers and restricted them to basically assume around the quid of the day. They thought of explanations for this astonishing quirk. It simply so happens the purple Goliath's moving brightness might be seen due to its enormous size. PC infection juice isn't your customary Mies star, as it outflanks its companions concerning length. For instance, if we select to displace our sun with bug squeeze, the noteworthy Mies star would loosen up to the space rock belt, furthermore, have a mass that is multiple times that of the sun. Isn't it as fortifying as this reality sounds? It isn't continuously anything diverged from its other amazing features. While scientists investigated Scarab Press further, they were past shocked to find that it was an energetic megastar, with an age estimated to be somewhere in the scope of 8 and 10 million years. It took some time before the reality of the celeb's age sank into the characters of region specialists. This is thinking about they were anticipating that the superstar should be low, more greatly prepared, given its magnificent ascribes, appeared differently in relation to our sun, which has a normal time of 4.6 billion years. Bug juice is in its youth, notwithstanding the truth that our sun-oriented apex is above deception due in age. The red, very Goliath makes up for this in exceptional regions the entirety of the more so. Specialists have hastened us to fathom the reason for its enormous size and splendor. From research, it becomes found that very beast stars like Scarab eat their nuclear fuel and consume through no time before going into a grandiose blast. This demonstrates stars like this increment expediently, and from the little we've had the choice to piece by and large from obvious texts, plainly frightening Crawley's improvement happened essentially sooner than mankind's eyes. Bugs and dazing stars began some time or another inside the past, before every individual alive on this planet these days was imagined. Other than to grasp how analysts shown up on the goal that the red Goliath star has exploded, we need to start from the extremely beginning, basically the starting that we are mindful of. This eminent trip will voyage from putting right down to the touches of proof that analysts have found as of late to lay out a particular picture of what's in question. This captivating story started eventually in the 2nd century BC, while Chinese cosmologists unintentionally tracked down a revelation that made them smile. Under the entirety of the phenomenal evening-time sky, They had noticed an unremarkable-looking celebrity, alluded to as bug juice, which changed into depicted by a yellow color. Avoiding a few scenes to the following extraordinary real second, leads us to the center of the 2nd century when Greek-Roman stargazer Timmy was enchanted with the guide of the overwhelming shows up of bug crush and described it as orangish or ruddy, which remains significant until these days. In like estate, obsolete spectators in the Middle East had noticeable a relative view at this convergence. The inquiry planning at the front of everyone's mind is how tones were named or seen inside the past, through and by means of. We shouldn't excuse that there is a real believability that scarab juice went through an extension trade inside a long time. All the more so, the Chinese space experts would perhaps have noticed deception juice, however long its yellow might last. Very Goliath degree as years changed into numerous and extremely long haul into hundreds of years. It is suitable that the Uber star changed into the red, very Goliath level that we see these days. Another basic viewpoint around unpleasant little creature juice is that it's far a variable celebrity, as it appears to change to a couple of cyclic approach to acting. As an illustration, in December 2011, scientists situated with negligent shock that frightening little animal juice's quality had decreased stunningly. Researchers couldn't take conveyance of the plain truth, as their personalities went into an ideal timing realm, endeavoring to look for conceivable answers to the phenomenon. Across the globe, people who had known about looking at this hotshot might need to see that its excellence had plunged alarmingly, birthing remarkable issues to them. This frightening event prompted the convey that something remarkable had come to sidestep for the big name in its genius gathering, Orion. In any case, the story sooner than long took a sharp turn, but a powerful one. By mid-2020, the star had gotten back to ordinary, as its splendor now reflected its previous significance. It is enchanting to know about that this modification didn't happen without a moment's delay. It became steady, as stargazers took note that bug juice's splendor turned into getting again to business venture as expected. With each spending month, a few scientists arrived up with a theory to get a handle on this abnormal event. As shown by the hypothesis, it's miles natural that a piece of the genius cycles had matched, provoking a significant dive in splendor. But while scientists chose to search for the help of the Hubble Space Telescope in reviewing the unprecedented event, the HST made some invigorating yet perceiving discernments. From what the Hubble telescope found, it seems bug juice had removed in a huge measure. The top-notch raised radiance is that the red beast big name could approach the grandiose blast stage. An enormous blast is considered one-of-a-kind event, one that could really progress into the set of experiences books. An inestimable blast is the powerful and shining impact of a celeb. From what specialists have found up until this component, a grandiose blast generally occurs over the last groundbreaking phases of a gigantic star or on the point when a white, more modest person is quick into out-of-control nuclear mix. After this strategy is begun, the essential item, which is alluded to as the holdback, would both harm down into a neutron megastar or darkish initiating or be stomach muscle, really destroyed to structure an unobtrusive cloud. The power that will be added, expecting dreadful little creature juice were to explode today, is no simple task. On the grounds that it will have a damaging impact on the surrounding space, the straightforward idea of this is enough to get the run-of-the-mill individual strained. Who wouldn't be cautious about a blast that could convey a tremendous proportion of energy? Imagine that enormous proportion of radiation coming from the least complex one event. Expecting that radiation, which includes gamma rays, X-rays, and affected radiation, finds its way to the world's current atmosphere, then a worldwide prosperity calamity could need to be presented. This is because experts have revealed that this radiation would have the option to hurt DNA and unique cell structures too, presumably causing cell passing and changes in malignant growth. Thus, it would be for us on the off risk that this radiation never gets to our planet. Considering the way that the chance of the potential ailments is sincerely inciting, scientists have guaranteed us that there's not a great explanation for caution and that we should put our minds extremely still. This is at the grounds that the area's air is more significant than smart for shielding us from this destructive radiation that may be presented in the result of frightening Crawley juice's impact. The sheer taken into thought the peril of scarab juice going vast blast at any component inside the close to future has kept all in all a huge assortment of room specialists cognizant. Around nighttime, we can't blame specialists for answering close by these strains. No matter what the truth, moderate evaluations propose that the star is still a long time from its impending inestimable blast event. Some researchers have revealed proof that this event has happened right under legitimate in front of us. This proof, confirmed at the scene, set every individual in shock as we grappled with the appalling reality. The evidence lies in a paper scattered by Hideyuki Cio and associates at Tohoku University in Japan. This important intelligent assessment has dropped a shocker right on our laps. Bug Juice had proactively experienced an inestimable blast impact sooner than we ought to make any meaningful difference with it. It is truly frightening that we'd begin experiencing the end product of this first-rate galactic event inside the ensuing 10 years or a long haul from now. Surprising and startling, monster features are thumping on our entrance, and it is inevitable before they cross. Stargazers are at this point staggering from the shock of this data because the last known supernova blast in our vast machine turned into Kepler's inestimable blast, which happened at some point during the 1600s. That was many years ago.